There will never be another like him. A man who rose from the dirt floors of poverty to become a global boxing icon. A world champion in 8 different weight divisions, something no other boxer in history has ever achieved. But here's the question everyone still asks. Just how good was Manny Pacquiao, really? Because when you strip away the fame, the politics, and the charisma, and you look purely at the fighter, you realize this wasn't just greatness. This was lightning in gloves. Born on December 17, 1978, in Kibawe, Bukidnon in the Philippines, Emmanuel Dapidran Pacquiao grew up in unimaginable poverty. His father left when he was young, forcing his mother, Dionisia, to raise 6 children alone. Pacquiao sold donuts, shined shoes, and worked odd jobs, not for luxury, but just to survive. By the age of 14, he left home, boarding a ship to Manila with no money, no plan, just a dream. This wasn't a movie. This was real life. And that hunger, that relentless fire to change his story, would define everything that came after. Manny found boxing in the most unexpected way. As a kid, he watched Mike Tyson and Bruce Lee on TV, shadowboxing in the mirror, mimicking their moves. But when he joined a local boxing gym, something clicked. He was small, skinny, barely 100 pounds, but his hands were blazing fast. He didn't just punch, he attacked like a storm. By 16, he turned professional, not because he was ready, but because he had to. His family needed money, and boxing was his only shot out. Pacquiao wasn't like other fighters. He didn't have perfect technique, he wasn't the strongest, but he had speed, heart, and an iron will. His left hand was a weapon of destruction. Trainers used to say it was like getting hit by a whip, sudden, sharp, and lethal. And unlike many fighters who played it safe, Pacquiao would throw himself into every exchange, a blur of fists and fury. He wasn't just fighting opponents. He was fighting poverty, doubt, and destiny. By 1998, at just 19 years old, Pacquiao won his first world title, the WBC Flyweight Championship, after defeating Chatsai Sasakul in Thailand. That win was monumental. A kid who once slept on the streets had just become a world champion. But that was only the beginning, because what came next would redefine the limits of human achievement in boxing. Pacquiao's true breakout came in 2001 when he fought Lilo Ledwaba in Las Vegas, a fight he took on short notice as a late replacement. Nobody gave him a chance. But from the opening bell, Pacquiao unleashed pure chaos. Lightning-fast combinations, relentless pressure. Ledwaba couldn't even see the punches coming. Pacquiao dominated, stopping him in the 6th round. That night, the world met the Pac-Man. Analysts were stunned. Here was an unknown fighter from the Philippines demolishing a world champion on U.S. soil like it was nothing. That fight revealed one thing. Pacquiao wasn't here to survive. He was here to conquer. It was the arrival of a global superstar. The Ledwaba fight proved something special. Pacquiao was different. He didn't just win. He dominated elite fighters with sheer willpower and speed that seemed superhuman. It was clear we were witnessing something the sport hadn't seen in decades. Pacquiao went on a tear through the early 2000s, fighting legends like Marco Antonio Barrera, Eric Morales, and Juan Manuel Marquez. Each fight was a war. He demolished Barrera in 2003, shocking Mexico and the world. He battled Morales in a trilogy that defined his toughness, losing the first but coming back stronger to win the next 2. And against Marquez, those fights became instant classics, 4 bouts that showcased pure boxing chess at the highest level. Every fight added a new chapter to his legend. Then came the Golden Run. Between 2008 and 2011, Pacquiao achieved something that defied logic. He moved up weight class after weight class, destroying bigger, stronger men who should have overpowered him. Oscar De La Hoya, 2008. Pacquiao dominated, forcing the Golden Boy to retire. Ricky Hatton, 2009. One of the most devastating knockouts in boxing history. A single left hand that put Hatton to sleep. Miguel Cotto, Margarito, Clottey, Mosley. One by one, Pacquiao tore through them all. He wasn't supposed to be this good at welterweight. He was undersized, but his speed, timing, and angles were otherworldly. At this point, Manny Pacquiao wasn't just a fighter. He was a phenomenon. But those weren't the only things Pac-Man was good at. He released multiple music albums. Yes, the man could sing, and he actually charted in the Philippines. He became a congressman, then a senator in the Philippines. He starred in movies, owned basketball teams, and even played professionally himself. He once gave away his entire fight purse to the poor. Because no matter how famous he got, Manny never forgot where he came from. In 2021, after decades in the ring, Pacquiao finally hung up the gloves. He had nothing left to prove. Today, he focuses on politics, philanthropy, and helping the next generation of Filipinos. He even ran for president in 2022, proving once again that for Manny, it was never just about fame. It was always about serving others. In a sport filled with egos and arrogance, Manny stood out because he fought with purpose for his country, his people, and his family. He didn't just represent the Philippines, he represented hope. So, how good is Manny Pacquiao actually? He's one of the greatest to ever lace up the gloves, a man who beat time, size, and the odds. But his true greatness? It wasn't in the punches, it was in the heart behind them. Because legends aren't born, they're forged in the fight.